Hey, Team Happy and Fit, what an awesome day. Tuesdays are my jam. It is so awesome to see your faces. I think what makes this so cool is you can see everyone's face. Like on my screen, I can see everyone's face, and this is community. That we are not just a business-driven team, we're also a life-driven team, that I believe that coaching can help you get fit in every area of your life, that it helps you in life, that if at the end of the day, I just want you to have more confidence. And Olivia, can we just give it up that Morgan Brill's a mother now and has Olivia, who is so cute and so sweet. So cute, Morgan. I love seeing you with a little baby. But just knowing that coaching isn't something that adds to your plate, that it helps with your plate. That this community isn't one to feel in comparison and compete with, that we're all here rooting each other on in life. And sometimes it can feel defeating to think like, I just want to get there and be there, but invite people in. When you see people crushing it, invite them in, ask how they're doing it. If you're seeing people get up at 5 a.m., make a 5 a.m. fit club virtual and connect with people. I love seeing shout outs. I love that you're welcoming new coaches. I love that you're becoming friends in life. Is everything to me. And that's where this begins and ends, is with that. So let's go ahead and get into the meat and the root of our content. I know this is so fancy, but I want you guys to know that this is a growth Zoom, that this is a gut check Zoom, that maybe this Zoom can help you if you are not having fun anymore with coaching. Maybe you aren't hitting goals with coaching. Maybe you've been stuck at a goal with coaching for a while. We were just talking about that with some leaders, is that why do some coaches stay stagnant? I think that this coaching call tonight is going to speak to you, that I don't ever want you to get complacent. That maybe you feel like it's too much extra work. It's not. I just don't want you to create a story in your head that prevents you from greatness. I don't want you to create a story in your head that allows you to make excuses to not go for it. I really want to speak to you tonight if you're feeling stuck. I really want to speak to you tonight if you're feeling frustrated in any way. So this growth Zoom is meant to come from the heart, but also just experience some gut checks. And actually, Brittany Leggett is another coach, and this is what I heard and grew from, and now I'm wanting to deliver it to you. So this isn't something that I'm just teaching you. This is something that I absorbed myself, and now I'm wanting to bring to you because I feel like it really just has value. And so a number one reason, a reason that maybe you are not where you want to be, is that you just aren't consistent. And what that means is we all go through waves where we slack. Have you guys been there? We all go through waves where we're not on track all the time. It just cannot be the regular. Like, that can't be a constant thing to be inconsistent, where you stop and go, stop and go, stop and go. But there will be times where it's not as consistent as you would like, but maybe you are just that stop and go, stick shift coach. The consistency seriously needs to be there, specifically posting on social media. That is your number one way of consistency for other people. And at the end of the day, people are waiting and watching. That I think what's really cool is when you hear the coaches that say that when they introduce new coaches, it is if they are someone who has told them no for 2 years. Do any of you guys, have you signed up a coach or helped a coach get started that said no to you more than 3 times? More than 5 times? But why is it that they finally decided to join you? Is because you stayed consistent in your journey and they didn't. I had people, Brittany, I think you were one. You're like, I'm good with the gym, sister. And I was like, okay. And then I just kept going on my thing, and I was like, Britt, how's the gym going? And you're like, great. And then every other month, Brittany, how's the gym? How's your journey going? And you're like, not so good. There was a point where it changed, and I stayed consistent. And that gave you hope. And now look at you. You're transforming and it's amazing. And people are being so inspired by your story, which is everything. When I started coaching, I started posting 3 to 5 times a day. And I think that's changed. I think that is wholeheartedly changed. I remember we had to get out 3 to 5 posts. That was, do you guys remember that, old school coaches that are on here, that was the journey? I don't think that that's what it is. Sorry about that. I don't think that that's what the journey is anymore. I think if you do one solid post, that is going to be everything. One solid post that connects people to your emotions. One solid post that connects people to your journey, not just fitness. A post that genuinely inspires people and gives people hope. The reason why people join you is because they have hope. They have hope. They have hope that they can experience the lifestyle that you have, that they can experience when they see you, because you don't just post the perfect. You don't post the highlight reel. You post the real. What you're nervous about, how you used to be, what you're currently struggling with, but what you're showing is that hope by working through it. That you're working through your hard, if that makes sense. Every post cannot be about Beachbody or your fitness journey. So maybe if you are being consistent, you're being consistent of being a billboard. You cannot be a Beachbody robot. That you are just constantly sharing not you. You're sharing the company. Do you all see that? And you're heavily aware of that on social media for other people who've done that and branded the company and not themselves, and they aren't doing what they were branding before, like they quit. There's a reason for that. No one wanted to join them. The main point is that it's consistency. When you show up on social media, it is so much more than a post, and it's so much more than the amount of likes that you're getting. When you show up, people learn that you are serious about your commitment. Do you agree with that? That when you show up daily, I just even think about Lindsay Mullenbach. She's doing this Beachbody Classic. And what's really cool about this is that she's been breadcrumbing the entire journey before she even does it. That she is showing, and I think this is intentional, but I don't know. I think it's just what you're going through right now. So you're sharing what you're going through right now. But you are literally breadcrumbing up into this point that you are going to have so many raving fans when you share a picture of you on stage, because it's almost like they saw you from the start. They saw, I think of you walking in the hallway with your heels or in your kitchen. Like that's what I think of. Or I just think about where you're like, this is what I'm doing. I'm doing something that's out of my comfort zone. But people are learning that Lindsay is serious about this Beachbody Classic. That she's not just saying, oh, that's what I'm doing, and then all of a sudden she posts a picture of her on stage. She's showing this journey of how she's preparing and getting ready for it. And then when she gets to post that, that's going to be everything for you, sister, is just posting that picture of like, I did it. I committed to this and I did it. And people are going to be like, she was so serious. I want to follow someone who has commitment like that. That when she says she's going to do something, that she does. That I've seen her journey and seen her walk through this. People have seen me walk through doing this as a teacher, losing 35 pounds, falling in love with fitness, to making it work in my busy schedule. They've seen me work through this while planning a wedding, getting married, leaving my job, moving across the country through a miscarriage. People have seen this as we were homesick, right? They've seen me work through this, and that I'm serious about this self-care journey. That it hasn't just been a convenience thing for me, but it's been a lifestyle thing for me. They learn that they can count on you. They realize you're not going to give up and quit on them because you're so consistent and serious about your journey. If you're not someone they feel that they can count on, they are not going to want to join you or stay with you once they join you. I've seen coaches become coaches and then sign up other coaches and then stop. And they just leave their coaches that they committed to bringing on up in the air. This is your thing and it's not a fad. This is your lifestyle. This is your way of life and it's not a fad. And you being consistent about that proves that. That when someone is stuck and have gotten off their game, the first person they think of is you. Let them get to know you through your posts. Let them get to know you through how you share your story, not just surface level. And it doesn't have to be serious. Are you goofy? Brittany McMillan is hands down one of the funniest people I've ever met in my entire life. Like, she is like that in person. I literally just, do you know what we're deciding to do? This is such a tangent. We decided, because we want to, that we're going to have Christmas in July. That on July 25th, we are going, because we just want to make Chex Mix, homemade Chex Mix. So we're like, we should theme it to Christmas. We're going to pull out my Christmas tree, set it up. We're going to make like all this stuff and literally have a Christmas party to ourselves. I don't know where I was going with this. But anyway, she was just making jokes all day long. But that's how she is on social media. Is like, she was just making me laugh all day today. And today she made a post of like, guys, be serious. Do you just follow me because you want to see pictures of my dog? And then like, I like laughed at that because, and I could hear her voice as she made that post. But she is so good at sharing herself. So are you goofy? Are you weird? Are you funny? Are you like, maybe you're really serious. Maybe you're really dedicated. Maybe you're really disciplined. Maybe you have a really powerful story or testimony. Maybe you're really good at parallel parking. I am. Like, you just need to share you, and then people identify with you. People know I rebound. People know I wear mismatched socks. People know it's a victory when I shower. Like, it's that detailed, my friends. That detailed. And that's the message that you get to send to people, which is so awesome. It's their safe zone. They can observe you before they reach out to you. When they're ready, they will be ready. And you got to be patient in that. Maybe the reason you're frustrated or you're stuck is that you're killing your credibility. Maybe you're posting only about Beachbody sales. Maybe you're posting only marketing things from corporate. You're using stock photos. You're using photos that aren't yours. When you post sales pitches constantly, maybe you're only just talking about a challenge group, 3 to 5 people, this, and this, but you're not sharing a story. When you do that, it kills your credibility. I don't think that our team struggles so much with this. I don't think that you guys are posting your links on your page, your Beachbody links, but maybe it's even you're killing your credibility in messages you're sending people. Maybe you're not branding yourself enough that when you reach out to people that it's only to get someone in a group instead of getting to know someone. Maybe it just feels like you're an online catalog, or just you show up so people will buy from you. And maybe that's how you reach out to people without realizing it, that the only time you're in your messages is to see if someone wants to join a group or join your team. That's the message you're sending. People don't even know what they have or what you have or if they want it because they are so turned off by your pushiness. If you're doing this, don't be embarrassed, just course correct. I am guilty of doing a whole lot of things when I first started this. If you go look at my social media, it was super salesy, and it's comical that people even really joined me. Or I would send them this like huge long thing in their Facebook message thread of like ways they can get started with challenge packs, or here's the link, you can get it here. Or in your messages is your only intention is for them to buy something. For me, the only time I reach out to someone in a cold way is if they followed my stories, participated in a poll, commented below on a post, or liked a post. Then I'll message them. Someone messaged me the other day and said, your transformation is really inspiring. And I said, you need to get in my boot camp. And it wasn't like, oh, here's all my information. Like, I was literally like, thanks for saying that, because she told me she was struggling with her weight and struggling with this, and this, and feeling insecure. And I truly believe I have the solution for her. So from that point on, then I'll get to know her. Does that make sense? This one is going to hit your heartstrings, probably. You are not actually inviting. This is the one thing that moves the needle, my friends. This is really, really a big one. This is the thing that is going to get you to whatever it is that you're saying you want. If you say you want to help people, this is how you help people. If you say you want to get your challenge pack covered, this is how you get your challenge pack covered. If you say you want people in this community, this is how you get people in the community. You have to do this. This is not a secret. This is what you have to do to grow. You have to embrace this instead of avoid it. You have to embrace this instead of avoid it. Sure, you can post an invite, but you cannot rely on that only. You cannot rely just on you posting invites and say that this is not working. You have to stop hoping that this will be your next big break and will cause you to hit Success Club. I see a lot of coaches that it's the last day of the month and they're pushing harder than they did the 29 days before, because everything that they had done hadn't worked. Where does this start? Adding value through social media. 100%. Building those relationships. More people will be more attracted to your message and comments. Like Ashley, her post, it was like, I can relate, I can relate, I can relate, I can relate. Bam, that is who I would message and invite. You invited them into a feeling, into an experience that you were having, into a story that has transformed your life through a post. They connected to it. I send them a message saying, Ashley, sister, I was so afraid or nervous to post that. I'm so glad that spoke to you. Girl, I have a group coming up that would be so perfect for you to help you with what I just said. This is transforming my life and helping me create better self-care as a nurse. You need to get the details because you are going to gain energy. You are going to gain confidence. You are going to feel so much better. I'm so glad I posted that, and I'm even more glad that you commented below on it. Was that invite weird? You all are like, Jen, I'll join your group. Give me more details. Because it was with conviction. If you are just posting your invites and you're calling that your invite, is that true on here? Be serious. Like you're like, crap, crap, crap. Yep, yep, yep. I've been there. If you're leaving your success to chance, to algorithms, or people's initiative, we are business owners and we have to invite people, you guys. And it's just as simple as that. You make a connection. You share your story, people start connecting to you, and that's who you reach out to. Or you start building more relationships right now that have nothing to do with challenge groups, nothing to do with Beachbody, and then they become your friends in this. They start following you in this. And then hey, it's been so much fun chatting with you. I'm a little nervous to ask this because I don't want you to think I have wrong intentions, but this seriously has been transforming my life. And if there was anyone I could think of that I want to do this with, it would be you. And this is why. This is why I think you would love this. In our conversation, like, this is what gives me the evidence that this is something that you would like. As your business grows and you expand your audience, you will develop more of a presence on social media. People will end up coming to you more. Honestly, as I've built my business over the last 4 years, I have more people coming to me now than ever before, but it was not like that for 3.5 years. It will happen eventually, but not at first or even the first few years of your business. I think that I've created such a platform where people know me and they know my consistency, and when I go on trips, I still post. When I have stuff going on, I'm still there. Heck, we were at Tony Robbins for like 14 straight hours, not on our phones, still made it happen. Like, there's been moments where it's been inconvenient, but I still showed up because it's my job. But two, like, consistency is key. That was one of the first few phrases I heard signing up as a coach, and I never let it out of my brain. I knew slow and steady wins the race, and consistency is key, and success doesn't play favorites. They're telling me to post every day. I will post every single day. Don't assume that people know what you're doing, even if it feels like you're being redundant. This is so true. People still have no idea what I do. I'm like, okay. Like, I need to know and make sure, like, and on my Instagram, I like to make sure that there's a transformation or some kind of post indicating what it is that I do, that I have a tribe, that I have a community, not even like just coaching, but I have something that is so awesome and full of self-care and self-love, and a group of people that are literally the best. So it's not even marketing it as necessarily a team. Sometimes maybe it's just this vibe, this community that I have something. I post a transformation. In my 9 photos of Instagram, you'll see some sort of transformation. You'll see a side by side. You'll see something. I don't think it just needs to be physical. It can even be, Kristen McNeese posted a transformation in her wedding dress. I don't know if you guys saw it. And her story was so insane. She was just talking about how she thought being tan would make her look skinnier. So and you could see how tan she looked in her picture. But what was really cool is that she said she was so full of comparison during her wedding planning that if she could go back and tell her younger self to stop looking side to side, that would just give her everything. And I was like, that was such a good transformation. That was so cool to share, because how many brides or women who compare, right? Don't assume people truly know what you're doing. I share my story all the time. I was an overworked, burnt out, underpaid teacher, couch dweller, couch to coach, hated fitness, fell in love with it. Didn't know someone like me could be doing something like this. Those are little phrases that I use to indicate that I'm doing something constantly, maybe every other day. Trina Gray said, Julian, you share your transformation and story all the time. She's like, I think it's so awesome. I do. You guys know it. You follow me. I share it all the time. I don't care if people have sometimes people, I needed to see Rachel Hollis's Rise event 10 times before I decided to buy a ticket to it. I needed to see it constantly in her stories for it to be back in my brain of, I really want to go to Rise. Maybe that was You Are a Badass, or Girl Wash Your Face, or Mastering a Mean Girl, that you saw 10 coaches finally post about it. How many of you coaches didn't implement canned responses until you got to Vegas, but you had seen me talk about it 10 times? Sometimes it takes that, like, whatever time for it to click. It's not any different with this journey for people. That it takes you talking about your story in a way that connects with people. I'm sure Ashley has posted about nursing and self-care and this journey millions of times, but today it hit the hearts of people because she's showing it. Your content is making people feel weird. Let me explain on this. So what do I mean by that? Maybe it's other offers from other pages or businesses. You're just constantly sharing other things. You're sharing other pages' content. You're sharing videos. You're sharing fun games to play on Facebook, fun quizzes to take. I know that stuff is fun, like to find your Disney character, I'm making stuff up, or your doppelganger, but it's confusing. And it's just not a place people want to follow for inspiration when you're doing things that have nothing to do with helping people be better. I know that sounds weird and maybe a little harsh, not trying to be harsh, but just more awareness of like, maybe it's something so simple like that your content is a little weird for people. And it's not even your content. I think it's confusing. You own a business, but you're promoting other businesses. You're promoting other things. You're not serious about what it is that you're doing. And I think the coolest thing about promoting our business is we're promoting our journey. We promote our journey. We promote our story. We literally just talk about how we transform, and that's our content. And we get to empower people to feel like if we can do it, that you can do it too. Your social media platforms are now part of your job. When before, yeah, maybe doing all these quizzes and sharing all these videos. You guys, I love dog videos. I love it when people tag me in pizza videos, boxer videos, and I watch them and I love it, but I can't be the one sharing that to my page. It's fine when people share it to me, whatever, and maybe I'll hide it or do whatever, but it's not my message that I'm sending out. You are tarnishing your own storefront when you are posting about other people's stuff. If people come to your page, do they lose interest quickly because it's all over the place? I feel like mine is simple. You're either going to see a workout selfie, you're going to see an empowering message, you're going to see a transformation, you're going to see Wyatt, my family, you're going to see something about coaching, you're going to see my journey, if that makes sense. And this is a big one, and I know you want to be supportive of other people, but not sharing other coaches' stuff. You are literally pointing your customers and your audience to another company or coaches. So I don't share transformations coaches have made. I create my own content with sharing their picture. I don't share their picture to my page and say, check this out. I literally, if it's Nikki Touch, I'm just going to take Nikki's picture and then type up something about her and make that my post. Does that make sense? And there's a way to talk about things you really love without sharing things from other pages. So if you love boxers like I do, then I'm just going to talk about it with Wyatt, or talk about Wyatt in my own pictures. I swear he talks, so it just made sense to say that. Maybe it's like some really cool motivational mother post that you saw, but maybe you read it and turn it into your own words about what you learned from it. Maybe if you're sharing a Gary Vee video, instead of sharing his video, you share something that you learned with your picture in it and turning that into a lesson. And don't share links to buy your own products. I really don't think that our team does a lot of that, but if you are, it's not going to be helpful for you. Get to know someone, get to know their goals, find out what route is best for them, and then send them a link. Get to know them. Talk to them. When I get someone's email, I send them a canned response, but I feel like so much of my canned response shares who I am and what my heart's about in this. That it's not just like, here's the facts, then here's how you get started. I literally talk about like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you messaged me. Learn more about me here. And then when I share what our group is about, I really captivate what it's going to do for them. And I feel like that helps a lot. Come up with your own content and don't take other people's content. If you find something inspiring, put your own spin on it and share it. And you have to put your work into it and stay focused on the fact that you add your own value, which is everything. People don't care about your product at first or your link. They care about your example, your experience, and your desire to help them. People don't care about your product at first or your link. They care about your example, your experience, and your desire to help them. Maybe another reason why you're feeling stuck is that you're not in your own pictures. You need to be in your pictures. You are not the image to your words. People follow you for you. You don't have to be gorgeous. You don't have to be the best dressed, the most ripped, the funniest. They are just following you because they connect to you from this season of life. So being in your own pictures, you don't have to be in a bikini, a bra, or a tank top. Your page is your page, and you get to make it whatever that is. Your brand is your brand, and your brand is you. I literally, my clothes aren't matching half the time. I wear my shirt tucked in. I wear a headband usually, a big bun on my head, mismatched socks, and I sing to The Greatest Showman, and Eric said I need a new musical now. It's finally hit in the Candia household that months and months of The Greatest Showman is starting to burn him out. But it's okay. I'm going to prosper anyway because the show must go on. But that's me. I just share. I'm my brand. If you're doing a post and you have laundry behind you, that's okay. There's something to say about clear pictures that you want to represent your brand, but it does not have to be perfect all the time. Don't take a picture or just of you and your Shakeology. Gah! If it's gorgeous, sure. Don't take a picture of your Shakeology cup. There's no connection there. I like to twist mine. So it doesn't say I'm not trying to brand Beachbody. I'm just branding me and what I'm doing. I just changed superhero juice to my Come Alive juice of The Greatest Showman. That wakes me up in the morning, and it's just like, that's just my thing. It's how I'm branding it. And they're like, what is it that you're drinking? And just using those eye-catching pictures. I like to take a lot of, we're working on Eric. We're working through his picture taking skills. We're working on it, guys. We are working on it, but that self-timer has been golden in my life. Let's just say that. But I try to find a plain background, but sometimes I can blur it out, but I'm just not so focused on that. It's just I make sure I'm in my pictures. I'm sharing my story and telling my story. And if you really look at my pictures, a lot of times I'm like this. You guys have to really look at me when I do this. But like my mouth is like, I'm like laughing, smiling, but that's how I'm always like, I can't smile normal. I don't know why. And my mouth and jaws open always. And you see that in most of my pictures. And I feel like that's my brand. That's just how I look in my pictures. So you have to think about what that looks like for you. I promise I'll catch up in the chat for sure. Next one, you do not have an ongoing transformation. This is everything. This is everything. This is a big one. You feel like you're losing momentum. People are not responding to you. Sometimes it can be because of this. If you feel like your business is falling apart, you feel like things aren't going your way, you literally just don't even know where to start. You don't have to have a transformation yet. If you're new, if you're on this journey and you're getting results, share it. Why did you start this? How do you feel already? Has this been a week of straight working out? You've lost 2 pounds. You made $14. Your transformation can be financial too. A face-to-face, it can be emotional. It could be, oh my gosh, I used to I went from judging everyone's social media to sharing it and embracing it, to loving it. It's uncomfortable, but you need to figure out your own way of sharing a transformation. It can be hard and vulnerable. Like I said, it doesn't have to be physical, but you have to share what it is. Maybe you felt like a failure of a mom. Maybe your transformation is learning to bless and release. Maybe you're doing a judgment detox. Maybe you used to be really aggressive with speaking. and you're transforming. Maybe you're trying to listen more. You guys, I literally did a transformation on filters. I walked people through for like a couple months on how I was not using filters with social media because I had to find myself beautiful in unfiltered pictures with a blotchy red face. That was my transformation, and it spoke to so many people. One of my transformations was I used to be a really jealous person. Sometimes still am. But I talked about that, how I would get insecure at walking into a gym with Eric and immediate looking and scanning to see if there were girls more attractive than me. I had to work through some insecurities. Your insecurities could be your transformation if you were to look at it like that. What are your insecurities? Start transforming through that. Some share their physical transformation, some share their emotional transformation. This is proof that this works. People are visual. And you get to decide what your transformation is. Maybe it's simply like, I used to hate wearing shorts. One of my challengers said she wore a sports bra for the first time ever in public on a hike. And I was like, yes, yes. It was everything. And she's not even a coach, but that was it. I was like, that is awesome. That's a transformation. It can be internal or external. It does not have to be you posing in a bikini. Ideally, a physical transformation is going to give your business the most punch. No one can deny those results. We live in a visual world. A visual transformation will show them. And again, it can be you flexing. It could be a smile. There's one, I remember, there's this picture, maybe you guys have seen it. It's me on top of a pool, and I have peace signs up because that's cool. And I just look so unhappy. And I use an unhappy picture and compare it to a smiling one now. That's physical. You can see the energy change in my body posture, in my face. If you don't finish the program you say you're starting, people will lose trust in you. I've been there. I have been there. That is for sure. I would say it's really important to get a transformation, some kind of physical transformation every 30 days. Doesn't have to be weight, doesn't have to be inches. It can be a smile. It can be you being, that was Kristen, she was tan in her wedding dress, and then she showed a picture of her now, and she just shared a story about how she thought tan made her look skinnier and how her mind has changed. Maybe it's you always have to wear high-waisted leggings because they're life, but then you decided to not wear them this month because you are beautiful regardless of high-waisted, beautiful leggings that are thankful that they exist. You got to share that. It starts with you, and you have to get those results, because why would people want to join you? Will they think you're out to make money if you're not transforming? They got to see what this is doing for you. Even joining this team, why would they want to join this team? Why would I want to join this team? If they don't know why you don't love it, why would they join you? And maybe you're like, oh my gosh, that's why people aren't joining my team. Yeah, that is why, because you're not speaking with conviction and passion of what this is doing for you. Is this community transforming your mindset and your love? I cannot wait to check the chat out. It's like making me so excited. Do a 3-day refresh. Get a transformation story in 3 days. Step out of your comfort zones, and it comes with the territory. Maybe it's even just you like sitting and with like rolls and just be like, you know what, this is really me. And then you can do another one with your high, wonderful waisted leggings. David, sorry you have to hear this, but they're life. And you just say like, I'm learning to love the skin I'm in both, right? This is me and this is also me. Maybe your transformation is not using a pillow every time you sit down on a couch. People are going to relate to that, that's for sure. This business takes some guts, and we have to go first so people can join us. Think about your skin. Has it cleared up? Are your cravings gone? Are there food changes in your life? I used to get Starbucks Frappuccinos all the time and bagels with cream cheese. Physical, emotional, family, whatever it is. Another reason might be you're not confident enough. This is hard. We have all gone through something related to confidence in our business, and we all have to check this box. That is for sure. If you are feeling frustrated or have ever struggled, it's probably because of your confidence. It's different for all of us, and we have to figure it out. Maybe it's you don't fully believe in yourself. Maybe you don't fully believe in the products. Maybe you don't fully believe in this process. You believe in your day job more than this because there's more structure to this. I don't think this is end result to do this full time, but maybe you hide behind having a business at all and you're not sure why. That's a great post. I'm not sure why I've been hiding behind this thing I've been doing. I don't know why I've kept it in the dark. I don't know why I haven't talked about it. I love it. It's changing my life. This community is everything. Maybe because you have a degree in something, it's easier to have confidence in that because of that. That with this, you don't have a degree, that this is literally built on you, and you don't feel like you have credibility. You can't be scared to be a Beachbody coach. People can tell when you avoid saying it. Like, I'm a Beachbody coach. I'm a coach. I work in a health and wellness. I have my own virtual wellness gym. Excitement is a catalyst for success. Maybe you know that these programs work, but maybe you're feeling insecure because you've had coaches quit and you feel like a crappy leader. Or maybe you don't even know how to lead. Maybe you're creating these stories for yourself and you're literally beating yourself to the ground and stealing all your confidence because of insecurities that you have with this. If you're posting without belief, people can see that. If you're being surface level, people can feel that. Personal development is huge with the confidence piece, for sure. If someone is not where they want to be, it's because 99.9% of it is because of their confidence. They're too afraid to say that they want to go for diamond. They're too afraid that they would say that they would want to make any income in this. They're too afraid to reach out to this person. They're too afraid to post on social media, to go live, to be resourceful. You have to have the belief. And being confident doesn't mean you're being cocky at all. People love confident people. People are driven to confident people. People want to follow confident people. Maybe that's your transformation, that you're working on confidence. The ability for someone to take this business and run has to do with confidence. All confidence. You want to build a business and you don't, if you want to build a business and you don't hit Success Club ever, we've heard people say that that's their goal, but they don't choose to do it. It's not going to happen. And it all has to do with confidence. Be confident in your story. Be confident that you don't have a physical transformation. If you came into this ripped, you rock. That wasn't my story. But just own that. Own that. I was talking to my coach, Kai, and I said, Kai, she's like, I don't have a physical transformation. I said, you're not trying to attract people who need one. You're a fit pro and you're attracting fit pros who want to partner with Beachbody. You made more money having an online virtual wellness studio than you did with this amount of classes. How did that feel? All from your computer. She said, freaking awesome. And I said, all while being you. Own it. Own that you've had 3 kids and your body bounced back. Own it. Own that you love fitness. Don't think you have to have the story of that you hated it or that it's hard for you. Talk about you love it. Share that stuff. It's going to change the way, I'm telling you, it's going to change the way you view this. Own that you actually want to do this. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you're afraid to say that you want this because you're afraid that you can't do it. I call BS, you can. You are using some really lame excuses. There's no one person in mind, not one post in mind when I say this, but these kinds of things are common since being a coach, are just excuses. If you're using really lame excuses as to why you're not taking action, and that's why you're not hitting your goals, you've allowed yourself to believe this story. Maybe it's, I don't know how to take good pics. I don't know how to meal prep. I don't like to meal prep. I don't sponsor new coaches because I don't have a new coach training. I don't invite to this because I'm busy. There's lack of trainings. My social media isn't getting traction. I didn't know that this launch was happening. I didn't know how to do canned responses. I don't have a challenge group coming up is one I hear a lot. You are not less of a leader because you are not good at graphics, guys. Like, if you're not good at graphics, that's okay. You're still an awesome leader. Don't hold back at life-changing opportunity for someone because you have excuses. Don't hold back at this and identify where you're putting those limitations on yourself. You have to own it. And if this is important to you, or if a better training would solve everything, then why haven't you started it? That maybe if that group doesn't speak to me, then create your own that does. Do something that lights your soul on fire instead of just pointing out the reasons why you can't do it. I think you're limiting yourself if you do that. If X, Y, and Z would be better for your business or for your team, then why haven't you started it? Or I'm not inviting to challenge groups because I'm not at my goal fitness level. You guys, that does not matter. Oh my gosh, you are so relatable in your journey and story right now. You don't have to have completed a program. You don't have to be, I know we're saying transformations are important, but that people are going to join you based on the process. Just like everyone's watching Lindsay go through this, like she's showing this process, then she's going to show the result. But people have been following her on this journey, and they're going to see her radiating with confidence. She's like, I'm nervous to do this, excited, and I'm going to do it anyway. And then they're going to see her, and she's going to crush it. People are inspired by non-perfect challengers. True? In your groups, they aren't perfect, but you're inspired by them by showing up anyway. One of my challengers, she said her number one struggle, I asked them, I said, what's your guys' struggle and obstacle right now? So many of them said myself. And she said my summer schedule. Today she posted her workout, and I said, you're showing that summer schedule, who's boss? And she posted that the other day, but I was like, that's awesome. That's your limitation, but you worked out today, and you had just told me your limitation was your summer schedule. Now look. And I recognize that. She's not perfect, but man, did she crush it. People want to join you when you're setting an example, regardless of where you are. It has nothing to do with what your paychecks look like. Well, once I'm an Emerald coach, then I'll do this. Once I'm no, you do it now. You are not resilient enough. We have to exercise resilience to thrive in this lifestyle. How to balance your family, relationships, and your team. As you mentor more and more coaches, you carry the burden of your coach's fulfillment in this business. When people reach out, if they're struggling or frustrated, it's hard, and I carry that because I want their success. That when you guys are struggling, it's not easy for me to hear that. But at the end of the day, we're all busy. We are all busy in different ways. We have seasons in our businesses and in our lives, and it can be heavy. And if you're a leader developing a team, there has to be resilience. Even a newer coach, you will have someone say something that will make you question your belief in this. You're going to have someone question your integrity. You're going to have someone blame you. You're going to have someone make fun of you. You're going to have this, this, and this. And you've got to understand that this lifestyle is going to give you more armor. It's not going to make you go through life just crushing it all the time, but it's going to allow you to get back up quicker. That this community is going to arm you with a better mindset, more patience, more confidence, that you got to be more resilient sometimes, that when you miss a goal, that you've still got to show up the next day. We're 7-star qual right now, and we were 6-star qual a couple months ago, and we lost it, and all was okay. Literally, I had my PS coaches were like, I'm sorry. I'm like, guys, are you breathing? Do you guys remember that message? I said, is everyone breathing today? And they're like, yeah, I am. And I said, good to be alive, because we ain't going to get caught up on a goal that we missed, because that's just what happens in this business. But we're going to keep on going. And now look at what's happening. You just got to bounce back up. How do you develop this? Freaking personal development. And arming yourself with an army of warriors who seriously want to make an impact in this world and be better. Are your conversations, are you guys coming together and complaining and excuse making? Are you coming together with people with solution-oriented momentum that is seriously based on how can I change lives? Are you coming together with people on how you can't do things? Or in your conversations, are you coming together of how can you accomplish things? What does that look like in your life? Who are you talking to, and what do your conversations look like? How are you becoming better? You got to be resilient, and you got to practice this. And at the same time, it's important for you to get your nose out of your PD book and just get after it. You have to exercise this resilient muscle, guys, because there's going to be heartbreak in this business. There's going to be moments that feel like weaken you, but it's only making you stronger. And the last one is you don't have accountability. 90% of us should realize that maybe this is our struggle, is that we're not held accountable. Maybe you have a collaboration partner, a success partner, or a team. Without accountability, no one will care if you fade away. When you miss a goal, it stings, but then after you don't get back up and go after it again, the farther you get from missing that goal, the easier it is to not go for it anymore. That moment that crushed your soul when you missed Success Club, it got you so down that next month you didn't hit it, you didn't try going it for that next month, and then the next month, and now it's easier because it's less painful, that you don't even go for it anymore because you're too afraid of the pain again, that you just got so complacent with stagnant and not making it a priority. You need to be held accountable for, like, when I tell the team, hey guys, let's go for this goal, and we missed 6-star, we had it and then lost it, I said, we're doing it again. Who's in? They, like, my PS coaches can vouch for that. Hey, we're going for it. Let's do it again. I picked myself up. I could have easily been like, no, let's not go for this anymore. There was accountability in that of, hey, we're not giving up on this because I believe we deserve it. And maybe it's a success pod, maybe it's the team page, maybe it's the coach collaboration, but wherever it is, if you're saying what your goals are for the month, you need to keep updating people. You need to check in with them. You need to let your sponsor know and say, hey, this is what I want. Especially if you're really wanting to build your business, you need to be held accountable for the goals that you're hitting and missing. You're pumping the well really hard, you're going to come up against some tough stuff. That when you continue to move in this business, you're going to hit obstacles, and it's going to be really easy to fade away. It's going to be easy to say that you don't want that goal anymore because it's too hard picking yourself back up and dusting yourself off. You need to share this. You need to jive with. You need to brainstorm, vent to. You need to stop working with people because that's more comfortable. Stop working with the people who literally like make you feel like it's okay that you're not doing enough. If really in your heart you want to be doing more and you want to be going for goals, maybe you need to realize that maybe the people you've been collaborating with don't even actually want this like you do. That you're so hungry for this that maybe you're associating with your accountability people who literally are okay with just showing up just with self-care, and you're like, I'm all about the self-care, but I want to do more in this business. Or maybe you're with people who are only hungry for this business, but they don't work on self-care. You got to figure that out too. And maybe it's easier to hang out with the people who are on the sidelines. Isn't that the truth? They are not about to push you. They're going to okay things. I think sometimes it's hard for people to come to me because the more than likely I'm going to tell you just to go for it and push and dust yourself off and keep on going. Oh, I know a lot of you on this call can say that I've given you some tough love at some point or another, held you accountable for stuff, checking in. Hey, is this still your goal? Hey, you still going for this? Where are you at? What are you about to do? But at the end of the day, it's not my responsibility to do that. But I love you and I want to help you with that. There has to be commitment. There has to be accountability. You have to be resilient and get back up. And your sponsor is not your accountability partner. They are your mentor and your friend, but you need something else beyond that with people who want the same things that you do. And you know what? It's okay. Some of that might change. Some of that's going to change. Maybe the people who were with you once running in this aren't running at the pace that you're going anymore. That's okay. You'll have to course correct. You'll have to change. But if you are still so hungry, don't ever feel sorry about that. Don't ever stop your momentum because the people around you maybe have stopped theirs. You have got to figure out what it is that you want and surround yourself with people who want the same thing. And I'm not talking about part-time, full-time, making $1,000 a month, this, and that. I'm just saying, like, I need accountability for finishing a program. I need accountability for doing my personal development. You know who is so good about sending me some awesome personal development is Lisa. She's like, listen to this. And I'm like, I got this, girl. Like, that is like speaking at my soul today. And you're finding those people that can help you. Wow, the chat is blowing up. Nobody on this team is judging anyone. Yep, we're not here to compete. We are not here to feel jealous and compare. And I don't know why we have carried that into this page. I'm not saying you're posting that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying your feelings. That the outside world, what we've been molded to believe, that women compete, men compete, we're here to compete, that it's this like race to the top thing, that lifestyle has come into this and it's in our brain, and we forget that we're just here to encourage each other and cheer each other on. That it's pretty darn cool that we can want success for other people. I remember the day that Kim's team, they were going for 6-star and they're about to hit it. I had someone message me and they're like, so how do you feel? I'm like, feel about what? Kim going 6-star. What do you mean? Are you trying to say that, guys, I'm going to lead you and I want you to be successful only if I'm the most successful one. But you guys can be like successful, but not anywhere. Are you kidding? Dude, I'm pumped for her. I'm pumped for her team. Like, I'm cheering them on. That is the kind of culture I'm a part of. That it's not about, you guys, yeah, I believe in your success, but just like, I've always got to be the successful one is BS. And yes, some coaches are going to start quicker than you, but you got to understand. I think of Kai. She was a fitness pro and teaches classes, so she had a lot more people to chat with. Jill Brown, she was a coach before this, so she already had built up this following. Does that make sense? There are people who have different paces at this, and we just have to understand that if we can just own our pace instead of checking out everyone else's, you got to take that layer off there and course correct and be like, man, everyone rocks. and I'm still going. And you got to stay hungry. You got to stay resilient. You got to stay consistent, and you got to stay plugged in. I don't think that this business is meant to be on your phone 24/7. In fact, I'm against it. Get in, get out. But when you're in and you sign up to be a leader in this, you're doing something leadership wise. You're sharing something in your team page. You are not leaving your team anywhere. You are investing in them, and maybe that's a post a day. Then you're in your own business. My biggest struggle is this, is I focus so much on leadership that I forget to work my own business. So I have to course correct a lot, going, whoa, Julianne, you are pouring into the team. They're fine. You gotta pour into your own business. And I believe in you so much, and I just need you guys to know that. I'm gonna hit